Top 10 most expensive construction mistakes in the world. Countries are investing billions of dollars in mega projects to make the most expensive constructions, but there are still some mistakes. In this video, you'll see those expensive projects' construction mistakes. These were the most expensive projects in history, so be prepared to have your mind blown. But before we talk about it, if you are new to our channel, welcome to 1%. Here we will give you only facts, so if you want more of that, leave a like and subscribe to our channel so that more people can enjoy these. Now without further ado, let's get into it. On number 10, we have the Aon Centre in Chicago. The common areas of the Aon Centre at 707 Wilshire are served by emergency generators. These generators will provide limited emergency power for certain essential building functions in the event of a power outage. Suppose the power outage lasts longer than the duration of the generator power. In that case, building management may declare the building closed, and all occupants will be required to evacuate until the power is restored and the building is safe for re-entry. On number 9, we have the Berlin Brandenburg Airport. The inspectors reviewing the airport at the time of its first opening reported approximately 120,000 defects, including fire safety issues and approximately 170,000 kilometers of cable installed in and around the airport that were dangerously wired, and everything seemed to be going wrong. Secondly, the global financial crisis of 2007 to 2008 attracted contractors to build and fund the airport complex. The project should have been halted at that point, but politicians continued with public fund. As a result, the original opening was repeatedly postponed. On number 8, the Mexican city Texcoco Airport. Mexico's airport was a proposed airport in Mexico City that was to serve as Mexico's new international airport. The project was announced in September 2014, but it was cancelled in late 2018 after a referendum determined that the new airport should be built elsewhere. The president first mentioned Texcoco Airport in his State of the Union address on September 2nd, 2014. It was billed as Mexico's most significant public infrastructure project in a century and intended to replace Mexico City existing Benito International Airport. After construction had already begun, the then president-elected organized a non-building referendum in October 2018, in which 69% of the 1.067 million voters rejected the planned airport, opting instead build a new airport on the ground of St. Lucia Air Force Base. On number 7, the Citigroup Centre. Citigroup Centre is also known for its address, 601 Lexington Avenue. It is a skyscraper office in the midtown of Manhattan, a neighbor of New York City. It was built in 1977 and had 59 floors in it. The building design was built in 1973 and the structure was completed in 1977. The issue was discovered in 1978 during a conversation between structural engineer William Le Messurier's staff and the Princeton University civil engineer student named Diane Hartley. Hartley was correct in claiming that the building was unsafe due to an unusual weakness in wind hitting the building's corners. On number 6, we have the Oroville Spillover. Oroville damage to the dam spillway on Lake Oroville in Butte County, California, and erosion beneath the dam's emergency spillway threatened to send billions of gallons of water cascading through dozens of California communities in February. The main spillway of Oroville Dam has been severely damaged. On February the 7th, a massive hole suddenly opened in the chute, causing the concrete to crumble and water to fly everywhere. Managers were hesitant to send water racing down this main spillway in the aftermath, fearing the damage would worsen. On number 5, we have the Lotus Riverside disaster. Shanghai Junction Construction built the Lotus Riverside between 2007 and 2009 when the building collapsed. 120 families were forced to leave their homes and stay in hotels paid by the local government. Here, large amounts of earth were removed and dumped into a landfill nearby a creek. The weight of the earth caused the riverbank to collapse, allowing water to seep into the ground and creating a muddy foundation for the crumbling building. On number 4, we have the Dong-A Construction. Dong-A Construction Industrial Company built the Seongsu Bridge over the Han River in Seoul, South Korea. It connects the districts of Songdong and Gangnam. The cantilever bridge was completed in 1979. In 1994, the Seongsu Bridge collapsed. The original bridge collapsed early on October 21, 1994, when one of its sections broke off due to a faulty weld in the supporting truss. The accident killed 32 people and injured 17 others. Following the incident, authorities planned to repair the bridge, but structural weaknesses rendered the repair impractical. and it was eventually dismantled and replaced. On number 3, we have the Sydney Opera House. The Sydney Opera represents more than just the city in which it's located. It is a work of architectural design far ahead of its time. Although the Sydney Opera House is a design marvel, it was a colossal failure regarding project management and legality. It is well known that the project's budget and time frame for the Sydney Opera House were far exceeded, with the budget being more than 10 times what was expected. The project was initially planned to last 4 hours and cost 7 million Australian dollars. The project took up to 14 years to complete, with a final cost of 102 million Australian dollars. The Opera House project failed because it did not adhere to standard project management and accounting procedures. Due to insufficient resource management planning, no single person was responsible for the project activities, and the budget was only a suggestion. As a result, the Sydney Opera House is regarded as one of the most disastrous construction projects in history, due to time and budget overruns and the project's overall project management. On number 2, we have the Tacoma's Narrows Bridge. It was the first suspension bridge ever in the US. It crosses the Tacoma Narrow Strait of Puget Sound between the Tacoma and the peninsula. It was open for traffic on July 1st, 1940. But do you know that it dramatically collapsed into Puget Sound on November 7th, 1940 in the same year? The collapse of the Tacoma Bridge was described as spectacular, and it was the world's third longest suspension bridge. It was discovered that the bridge swayed and buckled dangerously in relatively mild windy conditions that are common in the area, and that the situation deteriorated during severe winds. This vibration was transverse, with one half of the central span rising and the other lowering. Cars approaching from the opposite direction would rise and fall, riding the violent energy wave through the bridge. However, at that time, the bridge mass was considered sufficient to keep it structurally sound. On number 1, we have the Walkie-Talkie, a London skyscraper currently under construction, causing some mayhem. The landmark Walkie-Talkie building in London sold for a record $1.7 billion. According to the British news website City AM, the skyscraper has caused extensive damage to vehicles parked on a nearby street, with several people reporting that parts of their vehicles have melted due to the reflected rays. Still, the unusual shape of the building is reflecting bright light down on the area in East Cheap, causing passengers-by to shield their eyes and soak up some much unneeded sun. The 37-story office tower in the City of London's financial district, officially known as 20 Fenchurch Street, was nicknamed the Walkie-Talkie due its Scorchie. After all, this is London. Many people now refer to the structure as the Wilkie Scorchie. Because of its shape, 20 Fenchurch Street allegedly reflects intensely bright light onto the road below. Now you know what it takes to be one of the most expensive construction mistakes in the world. Share this with your friends who you think would benefit from watching this video, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any future content. Until then, stay safe.